Yeah, I know. Before you say it, I look completely unprepared for a stealth camp. I know I've got a tiny pack on, but I do have my bag of swag and one last little bit of kit that I don't normally bring out. The reason for a litter pick is probably obvious, but you'll get to see that a bit later as to why I brought that. While I make my way across to the camp spot, I'll give you a little bit of a heads up as to what on earth is going on. So, as you can see, yep, I'm in the Asda car park, and before you're wondering, he's probably parking somewhere near it. No, I'm parking myself right inside it today. I am camping right inside of the car park. It's a little bit of an out of the way spot, but it's still in the car park. Let's cut across here. So the reason for such minimal gear is that it's a really warm night. It's the hottest day of the year so far, and it's really warm. And I'm not camping in the woods, so full camo gear wouldn't really make sense. And as you guys know, I don't really go around in the camo gear anyway. But what I'm wearing is camouflage for this sort of area. So I'm just going to walk past the spot at the moment because there's some people behind me. And there's a car coming, so I don't want it to look obvious what I'm doing. To anyone looking, I'm just a guy walking along. So I need to pick my moment to go in. Ooh. So just over there is the spot. As you can tell, it's a bit of a dark sort of corner, but it is still the car park. It's the sort of overflow car park almost. Yeah, got a couple of dudes over there, just wait for them to go. Just checking in all the cars to make sure there's nobody sitting in one watching me. Yeah, so I've got the cover of this NHS sort of, oh, is that breast screening centre type thing. But yeah, nobody's about now, so in we go. I'm not going to be messing around. And here's someone talking, but got to make the move. In I go. Oh, and get jabbed immediately. Right, excuse me if the footage back here is a bit crap right now. I'm going to get in where no one can see me. But while nobody's about, I'm going to give you a quick look around. Yeah, as you can see, it's not a pretty little camp spot. Oh, right away. Yeah, I've got to be really careful. Just have to look for pedestrians and listen out for cars. So yeah, another quick little look. So as you can see, it's an absolute mess. It's essentially a bomb site. I'll give you a view of the other side. So that's where so this is where I've just snuck in this little spot here. And yeah, that is the and so that is the extent of my area for camping. So I'll put this on you. As you can no doubt tell, this is still a busy spot. There's a lot of cars going back and forth, and it is a Friday night, so there's a lot of nightlife going on. It's going to be a really active one. Yeah, so this is the space, and you might be wondering, why on earth is he camping here? Well, one, I think it'd be nice to clean it up, and two, it's a proper urban stealth. The challenge this month for the Stealth Camping Alliance is to do something near a shop or a store. Well, I'm in the car park of Asda. It doesn't get more store than that. So hopefully this will make the cut for the final 5. Who knows? But that said, this is my challenge video. I'm going to be camping and sleeping here. I can get away with it because I'm just going to be in a bivvy bag tonight. No tent, just a bivvy. Almost cowboy camping, but I've got so much cover up above. I don't know if you can see much of that, but it's literally full cover above me. And I'm in kind of this little corner, and it's such a warm night. I'm going to get away with it so easy. And it's actually quite a secluded little spot. As you noticed on the way in, it's really dark in here unless I've got a light on. So I can control when I can be visible or not. That's a real key to this. Oh, excuse the sweatiness. It's really hot today. It really is. So, yeah, barring having obviously have my wits about me, this is a really good spot. Oh. Yeah, no, we're good. Asda is still open at the moment. It closes at 10 o'clock. That's not too far away now. So I figure it's going to be quite quiet around the actual store soon enough. But the nightlife in the town is, shall we call it, buzzing? So yeah, I might see a lot of people down by still. There might still be a lot of activity. Second, look at that. Jeez, there is a car going right by. Yeah, so it's a bit of like a thoroughfare here, or thoroughfare, whatever you call it. Yeah, the cars do kind of come through and then go out another side of the sort of car park to get to a different part of Biggleswade. But yeah, so yeah, it's going to be quite possibly quite an exciting one tonight. As usual, I've got my fire pit with me, but I'll be using it like a barbecue. You might have seen a few others of my friends picking up the whole barbecue idea. Paul from An Indie Outdoors has been cracking his out loads, and even Tim from Hard Up Hikers now got one as well. So they're kind of following suit and doing a lot of barbecues by the looks of things. But it is barbecue weather, so let's face it, we're all loving our barbecues. If you're not barbecuing when it's this weather, I mean, what are you doing? So yeah, first job is to actually clean up. So yeah, I'm going to go through with my little picker, and I've bought a couple of proper big bags. That's the plan. Get it all cleared up. Oh, 1 second. That's right, they're going the other way. That's okay. So, as I was saying, I'm going to get it all cleared up, and then I'm going to get my bivvy bag out, give you a little look at the gear that I've brought. But as I said, it's really minimal gear today. Didn't need much here at all. So it's just a case of making sure I've got a safe, clean spot to put everything down in, and just try to clear up the space as a whole, because there's just a lot of mess here. Thankfully, it's no sort of dodgy paraphernalia or anything here. It's just sort of rubbish and people having dumped stuff from the shop. I'm pretty sure there's a few security tags and stuff laying around. I think people have come here and just dumped all sorts of stuff from the shop. This is it though. This is home for the night. I know it looks awful, but we'll fix that. Well, that's really annoying. I was doing a pretty good job with the cleanup, and then this van just over there, I don't know if you can make it out, has just pulled up, and I didn't see no one get out. He just parked there. I'm not entirely sure what that's about. I'm going to wait for a minute or two, but I need to crack on, so I'm going to have to just be real careful with my light, put it on the low setting, keep it really low down by the ground if this guy doesn't move. I'll put you out there, but I don't know if you can really see him. If you can make it out through there. It's a bit annoying. I'm about halfway done. Well, a third of the way done maybe. That is really frustrating. I have no idea what this guy's up to. He's finally got out of his van, and now he's just messing with stuff at the back, which is worse than him sitting in it, to be honest, because I was at least able to get on a bit. Now I can't get on at all. What is he doing? Is he finally going to go? Maybe he's finished with whatever he was doing. Come on, dude. Sounds like they're meeting up with somebody here. Whoops. I don't know. Did he just have a piss, like the fastest one I've ever known anyone to have? Or did he just like empty out something? I think he emptied something out. Now it's hot in two ways. It's a hot spot for activity, and also it's just absolutely scorching. I'm sweating bullets. Right, well, I'm well lit up now, and I think I'm pretty safe. Put the lights down just low enough that I was going to see them visibly from beyond the hedge, and they're pointing at me rather than up, so they're not lighting any of the sort of walls behind or a canopy, so I think we're good. I mean, I don't think anyone from the store is going to spot me, and yeah, there are some people walking by, but they're quite far away. I don't think anyone too far away will spot me. They'll have to be right up close, and that should give me time to turn anything off if I need to. Well, fingers crossed anyway. So, this is what I'll be sleeping in tonight instead of a tent, the OEX Bush Pro. This was a gift from Paul on an Idiot Outdoors. So, thank you, Paul. Much appreciated. I'm going to be giving this a try. I was thinking about potentially cutting this up and trying to make my own bivvi with some other materials as well. But in the end, I decided that was way too much. Racer boys speeding through. So yeah, I decided in the end that's probably too much trouble, but they're pulling up off the lights. This is, yep. I'll let you have a view of what on earth is stopping me from filming. This chap, or I assume a chap, has pulled up in his very loud car. I've got a feeling we're going to get a lot of this evening. I was hoping they wouldn't all be pulling up next to me here though. So I'm not going to put the upper light on because that one's more obvious, so it's just down to the bottom light. So apologies again for the poor lighting, but that's what happens when we're stealth camping overnight. The excitement, eh? I mean, what a stupid kind of guy decides that this is a place to camp, eh? Ah, stealth camping challenges. So yeah, the OEX Bush Pro, as you can see there, and this should just be a very straightforward setup. There we go, job done. And we've still got something there. Must have missed that. Be really careful though. I have to be very careful. The tree back there is actually quite thorny, and therefore there are a lot of branches. Oh, that's buried in the ground. What is that? I don't even know. I missed a few bits. Just get that out. You can definitely hear some people out there. Yeah, it should be right. I don't think they've got line of sight on me. So, yeah, as I was saying, job done. So that's as quick as the setup gets with a tent or a bivvy. Now I'm just going to pump my bag up, well, use my pump bag to pump up my mat and slip that in, and we'll be good. Drunk people. I'm guessing we're going to get a lot of drunk people tonight. I think I'm pretty sound for the evening. So it's a tight spot. You wouldn't get a hyena 2 in here, I can guarantee you that. It's a proper stealth camp, this. I've seen some comments lately on some other people's channels pointing out that sometimes we're not necessarily stealth camping in a very risky spot, just sort of out of the way somewhere. I don't think that's necessarily true. I've seen loads of people camping in places where there's quite a significant risk of being spotted and discovered, and I for one have definitely done quite a lot of that, especially on my trip across the country. But this one is probably, if not my most, at least my second most daring stealth camp. The one that I ended up by McDonald's, that was a bit crazier because I didn't really expect to be there, but I was planning something almost as crazy anyway. So yeah, this one's up there for sure. This one is right in the thick of it, and picking a Friday night to do it. It wasn't planned for me to come out on a busy Friday evening, and I'm guessing it's going to be really busy tonight because the warmth probably brings the crazy out as well. But that's the way it's gone down. That's the way the cookie has crumbled. I was planning to get some nighttime footage, have a little wander around, and I think we should still do that. I'm really thinking like it'd be quite good to have a little wander around, have a little look at the nightlife. Definitely have a look back at the campsite to see if it's visible from out there. But all in all, a pretty cracking campsite, just because not only is it a good space and a sort of well covered space within the thick of it, but it's been nice to kind of clear something up and be useful and not just turn up at a site and try to leave it how I found it. So what do I have in the bag of swag? Well, let me give you a quick rundown. First thing I'll be having is my chocomel, because that's nice and cold. Just put that by my legs, let them cool down. I've also got a little bit of orange juice. Probably have that tonight with the dinner, to be fair. And I've got a little bit of Vimto and Fanta to go along with that. I think a lot of this will just stay on my little platform here, out of the way, up off the ground where it won't get messed with by any critters. I've got a big multi-pack of bounties. I may have one of those in a minute. But for dinner, I've got some onion bhajis, some chicken balti, some chicken tikka pakoras, and somewhere some naan bread. So it's a classic bought from Aldi's curry that I'll warm up on the barbecue and in my pots and pans, and yeah, and then some Mr. Kipling French fancies for a little bit of a swankier treat for a bit later. So yeah, that's what's going down this evening. It's a lot of food as usual, probably enough for 2 or 3 people, but as I always say, eyes bigger than my belly. Quite something. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's not going to take long to cook. That is running hot. To be fair, we're only warming it up. Oh, that is not messing about. The curry's nice and done. Let's get this warmed up, put it on top of that to keep it warm. Oh. Now, be more careful. Okay. So it smells good. Oh, bread's catching just a little. There. Let's see how these came out. Oh yeah, not bad. Nice and crispy on the outside. Oh. Eat it straight out the pot. Why not? Just needing a spoon really, but for now I'll be dipping a bit of the bread and seeing what this sauce tastes like. That's good. As you might know, I do like to cook a curry, but sometimes a shop bought one, which is nice and easy, is the way to go. And on a camp like this, when it's really hot, and I already put the work in with clearing the space, a ready-made curry. That's a pretty nice thing. And this naan bread's actually really good. I'm impressed. I was going to say Sainsbury's. It's not saying it's Asda. Oh dear. Oh, I do enjoy a booner. Get a bit of that on. Try to get it on a bit squarer than that. Come on. There we go. Ooh. While that's warming through, let's try a little bit of the chicken. Not bad. It might be more tender if I'd cooked it myself with some quality chicken, but for a shop bought pre-made thing, not bad at all. Alright, don't do it by hand. Lesson learned. Oh, that bread's hot. I've overcooked that. Ooh, that is. Oh, blimey. It's still really active out there. It's quite late, but I've got a feeling this evening doesn't stop very early. Not for these guys and not for me. Well, as you can see, you really can't tell that I'm there. I've left the lights on, and if I move you can sort of see a glint from some angles, but not from over here. You have to be quite close to this side and you have to be looking for that. And just over here you can start seeing some of it on the wall, but as soon as you get to about here, yeah, I mean that is not very obvious at all. So I've got a bag of rubbish that I need to get rid of. So out we go for a little bit of a evening recce, or nighttime recce really. It's got very, very late. Just wondering if they have any bins around here. I thought we had some in the car park somewhere. Let's have a look around. I know there are some in the town centre just around there, but I don't really fancy walking all that way and leaving my gear unattended. Not that anyone's going to spot it or see it, but yeah. I'll be good and use all the zebra crossings. I'm not sure why. There's literally nobody about. Well, it's nearly a full moon tonight as well. I should be careful I don't turn into a werewolf. Oh, it's eerily quiet. Well, I say that, I can hear a lot of noise in the distance from the high street. Right, can I fit this in here? Yes, I can. Oh, they actually have a window display here. That's strange. So yeah, a town centre stealth camp in the car park of Asda, and I've got it pretty much to myself. It has got very quiet now. It was certainly busy there for a while. So many people coming and going. Quite a lot of people just sort of parking up and dropping friends off or whoever. I imagine they might be picking them up again later. This night's far from over. Yeah, you can sort of see over here. That's where I'm camped, and you can't see it even with the lights on. But there is somebody driving through. Didn't want to make it too obvious, so I hid you there against the post. Yeah, you really can't see anything at all. Yeah, there's nothing to say that I would be there. That's kind of cool. Oh no, look, just if you can make it out as you go here, you can see a light, but it's just for like the shortest, briefest time. You'd have to be looking at that, and there's enough lights around that one little light somewhere stationary isn't really going to bring your attention. So let's have a little wander and see what nightlife we can see, but we're trying not to get spotted by too many people. Look, someone's got their window open. Big screen TV up there. Looks like they're watching some comedy. The golden pheasant. It is very quiet. I'm just going to have a little peek around the corner here. Yeah, I've got a feeling everything is closed now. And the noise I can hear is not coming from where I'd expect it to come from. Maybe that's somebody's house. That's some noisy neighbours either way. I imagine that comes across on the sound of it. Oh, I see someone walking up that way. I'm going to go to the right here, just to avoid them. There we go. Never been up here. Guess this is just some houses. Yeah, just garages and stuff and houses. Just going to stand here. See if we can't watch this guy come round. Wait till he comes past. Be a bit stealthy about it. There he goes. It's hoping nobody else is coming down the road. Look at this rubbish. Nitrous oxide. Waste of boys. A couple just went by, but I don't think they even saw me. They're going that way. use that to cover my tracks as I go in. There we go, back at campsite, just as I left it. You can see the coals are still lit. Just need to wait for them to go out now. Do a little hunting around. Do a little slug check. Definitely seen a few around, so I need to make sure they're not getting in to any places where I don't want them. There's a snail. We'll just send him a little way that way. I'm gonna a few more weighing themselves. Oh, don't put that against the fire pit. Whew. So that's dinner sorted and a little bit of a nighttime walkabout. All I was left to do is relax, have a little bit of drink and have a little treat. You know the drill. While I do that, you get down and hit the like button. Maybe put a comment down there as well for the algorithm. And yeah, I'll see you guys shortly. Well, I'm tucked in for the night now, and things have got an animal back there. I just had something move. A mouse. Something like that. So anyway, what I was just saying. Yeah, so bedtime. And that's it from me for the evening. I'll see you in the morning. Nice and early, I imagine. Good morning. Sounds like we've got some activity over there. I think it might be the NHS trailer, the screening facility thing. Could be something else, but I haven't got up yet to have a little investigation, but I guess it's time to get up. It's early, but the sun's already up. There's no point hanging around. The shop is going to be open really soon, so I don't want to be hanging around. I'm going to get packed down so that as soon as that shop's open I can pop in, grab something for breakfast, and then I'm going to head off. This is not the kind of area where I'm going to have a chill morning just relaxing around in the area. I think it's time to get home and get out of here. Yeah, look at this big bag of rubbish. This is just stupid. I reckon I got about half of it. Well, I'm really surprised, pleasantly so, how good the OEX bivvi bag here did against condensation, because I don't feel any at all. I mean, it was a warm night, but still. That's held up really well. I guess that's the power of the Gore-Tex. I will say there's definitely some pros and cons to this. I'm probably a little too large for this in terms of width, not length. I feel like you want to be quite slender to fit into this. and also getting in and out is a bit of a hassle. You have to kind of worm your way in and out, which is kind of the thing with a lot of bivvy bags, but it's bolstered my idea that I really want to make my own. I really enjoyed the size of the emergency bivvy bag when I was crossing the country, and I was using that. It opened up so wide that I could just get in and out really easy. The only downside to the emergency bivvy bag was the fact that it was too short and it was made of mylar, which was really noisy and obviously doesn't have a huge life expectancy. I'd love to be able to make myself something which has similar dimensions, albeit a bit longer, and maybe with some level of mesh at the front so I can keep the creepy crawlies out without needing to sacrifice the airflow. That would be wicked. That's something that I'm definitely going to look into, as I definitely have a unique sort of perspective and way of wanting to do things. As I mentioned at the end of my trip, camping's all about doing it the way you want to do it, and everyone's going to do it differently. Some people are going to take your really big OEX tents, 2-man tents for 1 man, that sort of thing. You know I'm talking about, Paul. But some of us will go ultralight, and some will go properly minimal gear, and I fall somewhere towards the lightweight sort of minimal gear sort of thing, and I definitely don't like to have a tent. Putting this out is so much easier than having to put up a whole tent, even though my tent is really quick to go up. I mean, it really is. It's one of the fastest tents out there, I reckon, but even that is a bit of a hassle, and it restricts what you can do. There's no way you're fitting a hyena 2 in here. There's just not the space. It's as simple as that. And even my tent, I think I could maybe make that work, but it's going to cut down options. I'd have to have it in the corner, that meant more clearing away, and less options with where I can find a flat spot. But with this, I mean, if there's enough room for me to lay down in it, I can get this down. It's as easy as that. Power of a good stuff sack. Yeah, I do appreciate the efforts made with the bag as well. Keeps it nice and compact, but easy to pack away. Yeah, OEX Bush Pro. I recommend that if you like a bivvy bag and keep it simple. Yeah. Well, that's everything packed up. Much cleaner than when I turned up. I didn't get the rest of it. It's, ooh. Oh, these trees. There's some thorns on them. Yeah, that car park's already getting busy. Just put all this bag through. I'm going to put this over with this other stuff, and hopefully whoever deals with all that can deal with this. Just going to put this here. There you go. About the best I can do. There is no bin around here big enough for that, but hopefully someone who deals with the rubbish can put that in their truck or trailer, and if not, I might pop back in the car another day, and if it's there I'll pick it up, maybe take it to the tip. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Plenty of activity already. Right, well, I'm going to leave you guys here. I'm going to go get myself some breakfast. I'll see you on the next one. Have fun.